From tariff tensions to GST cuts, a stronger than expected growth print, and even the potential fallout of H-1B visa restrictions on service exports, there's plenty that's weighing on the Monetary Policy Committee's mind as it gears up for its rate decision. According to a CNBC-TV18 poll, though, the RBI is expected to keep the repo rate unchanged at 5.5% in this policy, despite having the headroom to cut because of the lower inflation, and a very small majority is expecting a 25 basis point cut. Now, with the RBI having already front-loaded rate cuts ensuring ample liquidity, the majority of the respondents we spoke to believe that the MPC may prefer to pause at this stage and assess the full impact of US tariffs and GST cuts before it takes any further action. On the terminal policy rate, 40% see it settling at 5.25%, another 30% at 5%, and the rest expected at the current levels. Now, the majority anticipates that the easing cycle is going to conclude as early as October itself. The stance of the policy that is also unlikely to be tinkered with at this juncture. As for the macro forecast, 40% expect the growth forecast to be left unchanged, while the rest are expecting a 20 to 30 basis point upward revision, which will reflect the stronger than expected Q1 data. The inflation forecast is expected to be lowered, on the other hand, to about 2.5 to 2.7%, helped by lower food prices and, of course, the GST rate rationalization. Now, beyond the action itself, the language of the policy is going to be very important this time. A dovish tilt is what is expected, which could hint at future rate moves. Now, on the rupee specifically, economists don't really expect an explicit mention of levels, but the RBI is likely to stress that it will not tolerate volatility, stepping in only to smoothen the moves. Now, Forex intervention will have liquidity implications, and therefore the MPC is going to have to weigh that carefully. What else to watch out for in this policy? Well, targeted support for exporters, especially the MSMEs, any sector-specific easing where tariff pressures could bite, possible external benchmark-linked rate extension to NBFCs apart from banks, assurance of ample liquidity, and a clear forward guidance.
What does it take to build India's largest startup platform? It takes a journey of starting out as an unknown and ending up as unforgettable. It takes more than 2 decades of celebrating the most influential and influencing the most celebrated entrepreneurs. From chronicling the stories of India's startup universe to becoming a success story in itself, as India's longest-running show on startups and entrepreneurship.
Young Turks at 22. Only on CNBC-TV18 and CNBC-TV18.com.
Thank you for watching CNBC-TV18, and do follow us on all our social media platforms for news, updates and more.